Need to just find a fucking reliable statistic site. Do you know of any reliable one? I might use that one.
Not really. I'm just curious what you were gonna do.
Well, I don't want you to say that my source isn't reliable, so I'm saying you can come up with a site you want me to use if you want.
Well, I don't know one.
I don't know a site that does this for Sweden, so just post your site.
All right, let's find one then.
I agree with what Nick is saying in the chat right now. That's also what I said earlier about the underlying problem with politics in the Middle East.
All right, see the first spike at 2013? That was when we took in, I think it was 1.5 million immigrants. The spike at 2013.
Well, I can't read this.
Can you explain the name? What is kvinnor?
You can. Kvinnor means women. You can use translate if you want, if you don't believe me. But kvinnor means women, and man means men, and hela befolkningen means the entire population.
And sexual brought to sexual assaults, I guess.
Yes. And the spike at 2013 is not like some argue that it is because we have a left-sided society. Some of them argue because it is that people just decided to like report sexual crime more at that year. People just decided to like.
I think that's true. I think there's I think there could be, or there are actually
Kind of
a lot of
impact, though.
like these statistics.
It just happened.
It doesn't show the underlying problem. It simply shows an increase. This increase could be for many reasons.
Well, yeah, but the logical way to approach it would be that it's because of immigration. When that year people came in such a big amount, when you take in an entire different culture and you take in so many people and you group these people in the same areas in Sweden. And that's when rape happened in those areas.
Group these in the same areas. So
yes,
no, you group them into many areas. Yes, we group people in Sweden. We group these Muslims in large areas, like in large amounts in the same place.
Yeah, see, that is exactly the underlying problem.
Did I say this
is
problem?
what I have been saying
it is a problem, but it is a problem. Yes, but the problem
because
still goes back to their culture. Because they don't adapt to ours. The problem is still their culture because they don't adapt to ours.
No, it's because when you...
Steve, are you okay? Is the podcast gonna serve it down or something?
What?
This is a very lowly voice, I have to admit.
Yes, not hear that.
Well, what I'm saying is you can't... expect people to
if you take them into your country, yes, you can.
No, you can't expect people to not feel how do I say this in English actually?
Vad moet je weten?
Nee, ik weet het, maar so if you group people into the same area, like people coming from Iran, like you make this Iran city or like Iran neighborhood, that's not gonna do good because of course you're gonna see the big contrast between the cultures because you're literally like putting
I am experiencing their culture and I can say by experience that their culture is harmful.
No, but you don't. He is trying to say something else.
Yeah. And what I'm trying to say is if you do not do this, if you do the exact opposite, you try to accept each other's cultures, then this will not happen. And this has been proven right in multiple locations.
What he's saying is wait. He's saying is what that we are doing right now is we are grouping them up in parts of cities
Yeah,
together
exactly.
instead of integrating them in our whole community.
Yeah, which
instead
will
of just
solve a
part
lot
of
more
it.
problems.
You integrate, then you integrate. That, I do agree that that is a solution to integrate, to like help the individual.
Yeah.
You are reforming that individual, but you're not reforming the culture. The main issue. You're
That's the
reforming
consequence of it.
you
That's what
are
happens. That's what
reforming.
happens.
You are reforming their view upon their own culture and on our culture. Yes,
And
but you
by
are not
that,
reforming their culture. You're not
No.
reforming. You're
No,
reforming
you
their
are
view on
reforming
our-
their.
the individual.
You are look. You are reforming their entire view upon the world, which is exactly
the
like
individual's
this
view.
is
Yes,
and this is exactly like the Enlightenment.
and the Enlightenment was caused to war. The Enlightenment wasn't like the Enlightenment was a result of war.
What do you mean the Enlightenment was a result of war? That makes
The
no
Enlightenment was sourced. What was the Enlightenment? Was caused by multiple holy wars. Multiple.
No.
Multiple holy wars. Yes.
No, because the Enlightenment it occurred a lot, like a lot later. Like
Yeah, but it resulted due to so many people fucking dying, so many people having different opinions, and so many
no,
people
it
going to
resulted
war.
because of religious authority in the countries. It was a result of that.
But that resulted in war.
No,
Religious authority
no,
resulted
no,
in
no, no.
war.
Look,
That's
look,
why
look.
we had Christian wars, and that's why you had wars with religion.
No, it was
because
it
the
was
religion had
because
authority.
you have the three big powers now, which are separated, and there, back in the day, it wasn't separated, and people wanted this to change because they didn't want the religious leaders to make all the decisions with the state. And that's what caused the Enlightenment. And this is true. These are simply facts.
But the Enlightenment, it was war that caused this change to happen.
They wanted change, and then war happened. It's the other way around.
No. There was no war. There was no war. This was in the
Well,
Renaissance.
there were conflicts.
Yeah, there were conflicts, but not because of this particular reason, and not because of the Enlightenment.
Conflict led to enlightenment.
Not true.
Conflict led to change.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that change led to the enlightenment. Yeah, can we agree on that?
Directly, yes.
If we would not have war, and everybody was allowed to think whatever they wanted to think, and have these opinions upon each other, do you think the enlightenment would happen? I don't. I think we would be as what?
I mean, what you're saying is everyone has
maybe,
his
okay,
own
it
opinion.
might
That's
have happened,
basically the
it might-
Enlightenment.
Yeah, but like that, we accepted each other's opinions because of conflict.
Yeah, but
We started to have so
changes
much
happened,
conflict
and
that
then we started accepting each other's opinion.
I'm saying
The wars that happened back then in Western Europe were simply wars not of ideology, but wars of
all right, basically
power struggle.
to sum this up, and if I'm wrong at some point on your views on it, just interrupt me and say no, that's not what I meant, and I will take it back because this is what I have comprehended of what we have spoken about. You're saying change the individual and let them adapt to our culture, and their culture should be allowed to be as their culture is because we don't want to change their culture in the place they are.
No.
But those are that's not right. Okay.
If you change,
No.
We want to change them to our culture. We want them to adapt, and that's only going to happen by doing it individual per individual, and doing that will have an effect on their society, on their life.
And exactly if you
how will they moving, like some of them moving to another country, and we influencing them? How would that influence the country they originated from and their culture?
Well, most
it
of the time
wouldn't.
they will talk to their family.
It wouldn't.
It would slightly.
Good.
It wouldn't
So
change
you just said it wouldn't. So
No, it wouldn't exactly.
Yeah. So
Because
you're
this
saying,
is the solution. This is the solution to.
I'm summing up. Just summing up.
Yeah,
I
sure.
want to end this discussion, so I'm just summing up. You're saying that you want to change the individuals immigrating to other countries, but you don't want to change their culture because you cannot change the culture when only the people immigrating
No,
are.
true. Not true.
Yes. All right. So how will you
this-
change their
this-
culture?
What we just said is the solution to radical Islam or other radical movements from sprouting from our countries, the Western society. All right, and to change the countries of origination, I think the problem there lies more on a level of politics because all the governments there are corrupt. But for example,
But how will you change that?
look. The Filipini people living in the Philippines, the majority there are Muslims. Correct,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And have you experienced Filipinos moving here having violent intentions?
No.
Or raping?
No, of course not. Of course not, because they have adapted to the Philippine culture. Yes.
Exactly.
But we're not talking about these Muslims. They have adapted.
What do you mean? These are still a large. This is still a large part of the Muslim community. This is still like 50% of them.
No, I do not think that. If you can send me some statistic of that, I will retract my statement. Yes, straight away I will retract it.
So,
I will retract it. Honest to God, I will retract it straight away. But basically, you're saying that in the Eastern culture, where these Muslims currently are, the violent ones, in these cultures, we do not aim, or we aim to change them, but we have no reason. We have no like valuable way to do that.
What I think,
but we want to change. No, like we want to change the people coming here, and we want to adapt as many as people as possible to our culture, and make acceptance a good thing, and make acceptance something that is great. Yes.
Exactly, which is sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Yes, of course, but we're not changing the fundamental issue, their culture. We're changing their individuals' views upon the culture. We're not changing the fundamental issue. And as long as the fundamental issue is like,
and you think waging war and colonizing these countries would solve this problem?
Yes.
This has been done in the past and has failed miserably.
Where?
For example, almost all Asian countries, for example, that have been colonized.
Which one?
Let me Google Maps, boys.
While you Google, I will keep saying, colonizing. Example, if America were to do this, like the point is like no one actually wants to, because
So India, for example, got colonized by the British.
Yes.
And because they wanted to.
Is it still colonized by the British?
No, India it isn't anymore.
No. Then that's the problem.
And their Western views and their Western views have also dissipated.
Then that's the problem, that they're not still colonized by Britain. I don't think that Indian culture is bad by any means then as well. I don't think that Indian culture is harmful.
Yeah.
So I don't think they should have to be colonized. But either way, they're not colonized right now. If Britain were to fully colonize India and keep it colonized,
so you mean
the Indian culture would be different, a lot different. Same goes with Muslim culture. If we were to colonize the Muslim places, and if we were to, like, I'm not saying go in every fucking village, shoot everybody. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we like America, for instance, have such a large like war force that they could go in, and some people would die. Some people would definitely fucking die. Some people would die, but it's for a good cause. And you try to protect these fucking poor villagers, and you try to like educate them, and you try to like show them how Western culture actually is, to inform them. and you try to stop the extremists. You try to end the extremists.
Yeah,
Well,
so
then
you're
they-
basically putting in education in their countries, which
you're
is
putting
already
in
being done right now.
Yes, but also fucking like war machines. You're actually like removing the fucking weeds. And once
But yeah,
they
well,
are-
this
once-
is being
once-
done right now. Like this is being done while we're
not to a
speaking.
great enough extent.
Well, yeah,
Well,
because it's
We're-
hard.
we're-
Because it's hard when the entire political system in these countries is corrupt. It's hard to make a big change.
I'm talking full blown fucking war. Colonize it. I'm not
Yeah,
talking.
that's
I'm not
fucking
talk- I'm not-
horrible.
that's not gonna get
Look,
like
if you do that and then you're gonna
You will end
like
the culture. You will
and
end the culture.
No. That's how the
not.
You will
extremists
end an
came.
aggressive.
That's how
you will end
they
an
started
aggressive.
to come together.
You are a terrorist if you believe this. You are a terrorist.
No,
So you're saying
not a
Yes.
terrorist.
kill
Because
everyone, make your own state, and
I'm
No,
not saying
he
everyone.
didn't say that. He
I'm
didn't
not
say
saying.
that. He
I'm
didn't
not
say
saying kill everyone. I said protect those in these countries
but they
who
just
are
want
not
that.
extremists.
He didn't say kill everyone. He never said that. But what he is saying is that our culture is superior, which is exactly what these radical Islamists
I
are
am
saying.
saying our
You
culture
are
is not as
doing
harmful.
the exact same thing, but in opposite.
tell that to
I
the
am
guys.
If you do the exact thing in opposites, it's opposite. If you do something in opposite, it's opposite.
No. But from the other side.
What?
From the other side. You're doing the radical thing, but from the other side.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to take radical measures against
That's what
radical
they
measures.
say.
That's
It's
what
like-
they
it's
say.
like
No,
That's
you-
exactly
They
the
don't
same
say
thing.
they don't say take radical measures against radical measures. They take radical measures against non-radical measures. I'm saying take radical measures against radical measures. Don't try to
And so
pamper fucking people.
You liberate the people. You start a huge war. People are starving from hunger.
I don't like the word liberate. And people wouldn't starve from hunger if a great country like example America would have to colonize. If Sweden tried, then yes, everybody would fucking starve and it would suck.
And
I'm
so
American
these
and I think
people,
this
these
country's a
people
joke.
see collateral damage from the war. They see homes being destroyed. They see innocent people being killed because this is going to happen if you wage a war. They see their families, their friends. They see them being slaughtered as collateral. And then you're gonna put them in this school and say Western culture is not bad. thinking emoji. Like this does not make sense. Your entire point of view.
In the moment, yeah, that would probably exactly
That's
like you
how the
said. Yeah, that
extremists
would
came in
probably
the first place.
that would probably exactly like you said. But like 50 years from then, when you've built housing, when the people you have like treated well, the villages you have actually helped, and the bigger cities that you've actually helped, and the bigger cities that some of them have been destroyed, and yes, rebellion will occur. Yes, that's rebellion will occur. It's not if, it will occur. Of course, it will.
Alright. Let's get something
I'm not.
else I have
I
to leave
am
here.
not saying it won't. I am saying that in 150 or 250 and 300 years, I don't know how many years, hopefully not a long time, their culture will still remain but not be as violent towards Western culture.
That's not true.
This is how fucking America was formed.
For example.
This is how America was formed. Current day Americans.
No.
Yes,
You.
their ancestors fought for many fucking years.
Well,
with
they
Indians.
didn't. They didn't fight an ideology. They fought for power because they wanted to colonize as much they could.
Yes,
You're
they
mixing up your
colonized it.
history here.
They colonized it.
Yeah,
they
because it was
colonized it.
all empty land, ready for grabbing.
Well, it's about the same in these Muslim countries.
No, that's not true. Like, how is that empty land? That doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because
Before I have to leave here, I just want to put something out there.
there is bad
Hold on,
opinions
hold on,
living in
hold
these
on,
empty lands.
Hold on.
All right, let Kami talk.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not taking any sides here. I'm just doing my own point of view through humanity in general.
Okay.
Taking into life into perspective, in order to survive, to be able to progress and develop, it's been an evolutionary fact that greed is the most let's see, how do I put this? You need to be greedy if you want to survive. And when humanity came along and we started to develop things like culture and countries and all that stuff, our evolution went to complete stop. And it's in our genes. Every single person out there wants something more than somebody else. And basically, I'm fucking up here, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about now. But you can't stop war no matter what. There will always be a person somewhere in the world who does not want the same thing you want, or they want what you have and are willing to kill you for that. And there are 7 billion people in the world now. If you unite everyone under one flag, sure, there's going to be a lot more peace, quote unquote, but there will still be people in power who are greedy, want more than what they have, and all kinds of shit that just fucking you can't get rid of.
Exactly. And
You can get
convincing
close to it, but you can't achieve it.
and convincing people that our ideology is superior by waging war is not a smart way of
I
undertaking.
have not said superior. Like I have once.
Well, you
But,
have
like,
said
the
that,
po- the point,
actually.
yeah, I have. I recognize it now, but like I still believe it is. But because we don't resort to violent measures. Yes, we would resort to violent measures if we go by this, but it wouldn't be the majority of it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Some
So,
cultures around the world grow up around violence. Like if you take the
Like, at
Vietnam War,
That's
the Vietnamese, they grew up, they were already in war 50 years before we came along or something like that. So their natural response is there's someone new around here, so that means we got to get them the fuck out because they're going to do shit that we don't want. And it embeds in people's minds and cultures, hey, you got to go to war or you can't survive, basically.
Not meaning to impose or anything, but what have I joined on? What is this?
Big
Oh,
politic argument.
No, I gotta get to work.
Welcome to 4chan. This is the poll
see you,
channel.
man.
What are we
Hello,
arguing
see you, man.
about? Why are we arguing?
So basically, what
Wait,
started
hold on,
is
stop. Do I want to know?
you might want to know
No.
if you're interested in this, but
if you like discussing politics, then yes, you want to know. If you don't like discussing politics, then no.
I like discussing politics a little bit, I guess. Can we talk about movies instead?
No.
Okay.
We're in the middle
Talk
of
about
this.
the
I like how definite your answer is there. No.
just go
Wait,
to
who's
another
interested?
voice
Why is he
channel.
responding to me?
If people wanna talk about music, go or movies, go to the music channel or the more memes channel.
There's push to talk there, so it's really annoying for them.
Yeah, more memes. It's not push to talk. If I
Okay,
recall.
but music is.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Oh my god, he's lonely. No, this is horrible. Someone move there, please.
You can go.
No. No.
But I wasn't here for what you were actually arguing over at the start. What was your initial
said-
point?
Basically, I said, don't don't put all Muslims in the same boat.
And I say judge by the majority.
Yeah, exactly. That was
Okay.
this.
Personally, I support Hoodie, but
That is completely fine. Like I do realize that I am the
Yeah,
outnumbered.
you are the right wing, but
Yes.
the extremely right wing, and
Yes, of course.
and in a lot
It
like
doesn't mean I
know-
don't. I do
Yeah.
not deny other politics. I don't.
Yeah. And in what is a big problem here currently in Western countries is that your opinion, if you voice that, there will be like a bunch of people ganging up on you and telling you your
Yeah,
opinion is wrong.
I do appreciate that it doesn't have that it hasn't been like this in.
Yeah. And I think
Of
that is
course,
wrong because I think
some chats have been, but like
I mean,
it is genuinely like intriguing talking about politics and talking.
because I think no matter how right wing or left wing your opinion is, like you need to be able to voice it without people saying, "Oh, look at this guy, he's so fucking retarded, dude."
most people will say that though. And I think I don't know in Belgium though, lots of people support his opinion as well, you know, Hoodie?
Especially people from Vlaams Belang. But in Belgium, if if you talk right wing, at least like in schools and stuff, in like younger communities, you're gonna get smacked without any like logical arguments. There's just people
Same
gonna
thing as-
tell you. People are just gonna tell you, "Wow, you're retarded." Wow.
Yeah, same thing as Sweden. Exactly the same thing as Sweden.
That hasn't happened in
I-
my school.
Either way, like what I was like, basically, I'm saying, how I am for war. You're against war. I'm for war for one reason. You're against it for another. But my main question still remains, and I would like an as elaborate answer as you could like come up with. How much violence do you have to receive before you resort to violence yourself? What is your opinion on that?
Basically, if the whole society cannot like function as or
If yes, not
no, if like honestly, when the majority of the people do not feel safe in their own country, then I think it should be. That's my.
If I support Nazi mods, you said you're for war, right? Would you fight in the war or watch other people fight it? It depends on the cause of the war. Of course, if it was actual war, I wouldn't have a choice, and I would fight that war. I wouldn't have a choice. But if we're talking about if I have the choice, because you phrase this as is if I would, which I wouldn't if it was war. If I had the choice, I would choose to fight for something I agree with. If I didn't agree with, I would choose not to fight for it. But if there was war, I would fight, no matter if I agreed or disagreed. If I had a choice, I would choose based on my own opinions. But that's not how war works. You don't have a fucking choice in war.
You always have a choice.
Yeah, you can shoot yourself.
No, you can desert.
But it's basically like shooting yourself because
Not
deserting.
really.
I mean, yeah, and
this-
he's kind of right here in a way that would you choose to support your own country or support your ideals, like be the ultimate good guy and then just like move to another country and abandon your whole life you build up, pretty much.
Yeah, but that is shooting yourself. You're shooting you.
exactly.
It
You are
depends how
shooting
much
Like you
your-
can't always be the ultimate good guy.
It
It's like
depends
not-
how
you're
much
not
your
picking
ideals
up-
differ
you're
from the
You're
cause
not
of the
picking
war.
up.
though.
You're not picking up a gun and like literally fucking shooting yourself in the head, but you're shooting you. You are shooting yourself. You choose to make an entire different life.
I
And like,
mean,
it's not even like certain you would actually be able to desert.
would you still fight
It's
if?
not something you could just like, oh, I'm gonna desert and just walk away. It's not something you can do like
No, no,
you
no,
cannot-
wait. Would you still fight if your ideas were the entire opposite of what the war was about? Would you still fight?
Well, it depends on how many people would agree with me in that it's not right. If enough
No.
people, yes, it does, because if enough people don't agree with or don't agree with the cause of the war, then you have rebellion. And if you have rebellion, then I would choose to fight with a rebellion. If it's just fucking me, I would disregard my own opinion because I am the minority. If it was the majority and people started rebellion, I would join the rebellion if I agreed with their like statements.
But that's not the question I asked, to be honest. I was like, would you desert if the ideals were the entire opposite of what you think? If the war was based around
And I said, I answered like as like elaborate I could. If enough people,
So no, but let's
did
say you're
not
the only
agree.
one who thinks who thinks
if
you're
I
right,
am
you
the
wouldn't
only
desert.
one, if I am the only
You would
one,
still fight.
if I am the only one,
Yes.
then I would be selfish. And if I were selfish, I would run. But I probably wouldn't be the only one because opinions don't work like that. There's rarely just one person having a single opinion. Like you have few people, of course, you have few people actually believing in fucking leprechauns, the Santa, and fucking unicorns. Yes, you have
Yeah.
those people. If you're saying that I were one of those people, yes, I would run. But probably I wouldn't be. Probably many
No.
people, probably.
But you
This is
said,
not-
you said if you're the minority, you would just disregard your own opinion and fight. Is what you said. Or did you say that wrong? Or did I understand it wrong?
I said, if like I had to desert or fight, and you keep rephrasing the questions. let's go back to the first question. You said,
Okay.
if you have to fight or desert, I would choose to, if enough people agree with me, fight my own country. That is rebellion. I
Yes.
would choose to rebel. That is to fight.
No,
because I
meant
don't
something
agree.
else. Maybe I
If
asked
it
my
was
question wrong.
only fucking me, only me. I'm not talking like I have a personal opinion and I don't agree with this war, and like I have to go to war because I don't have a choice, or I can desert. Like that's the only option. That's the absolute only option, and like we're talking in an absolute world where there's only those two options. Like I can't even shoot myself in the head.
Yeah.
Then yes, I would choose to desert because I would be
Okay.
selfish for
I thought you
having
meant-
such.
I thought you meant you would fight.
I mean, I think our entire discussion has lost track here. Like, I think it's making
let's
zero
just go
sense
back.
right now. No. It's. I think.
No, but I was
I think
getting. I got it off track though.
Yeah, but I think everyone here has made their point, and we don't agree. So.
I mean, you're not gonna change someone just by one discussion.
No, of course not. But
You can change a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
can,
opinions by
yeah.
one discussion. If your opinion is well elaborated, you can change opinions.
Yeah, but
I might have changed
Society.
someone opinions, like probably not because I haven't been so very much elaborate, but I might have changed someone's opinion.
this like not on these subjects. I don't think you can change an opinion that fast.
I think you can if you're good enough with elaborating yourself. I personally don't think that I am.
if you're as
Hitler-
charismatic as if you're as charismatic
Hitler
as Hitler, you can.
Is a good
Yeah,
good
well,
example.
We thought the exact same thing. Yeah, Hitler is a good example actually of this.
Also, can I come back to something you said earlier? This, like, I know, like, you said something about fighting them, like, in going to war with them if necessary
Yes,
to get rid of the extremists, like get
Yes.
rid of the bad ones.
yes.
But that's how extremism started in the first place. And if you want, you said, then you made the argument, you have to fight them for lots of years and support their country for lots of years. But you know just as I do that that won't happen.
It has happened multiple times. That's why you have had multiple rebellions. Because multiple people has not agreed with this. Multiple people has fought in rebellions. Rebellions has been lost and rebellions has been won. So it has happened, and it has happened many times because there has been many rebellions.
But
This
it
is
has
why a
never
rebellion
worked.
is formed. Yes, it has. Many rebellions has
Where?
failed. Many rebellions has failed.
Where has a country succeeded to invade another country at the other side of the world and keep that country?
Let's see. The African Revolution.
And they all
Belgium?
pleaded for. Yeah, Belgium is not that, to be honest. It just-
Belgium is a failed revolution.
What do you mean a failed revolution?
I am from Belgium. I am
Yeah,
pretty
we
sure
are
it's
from
not.
Belgium, both of us.
Let's see what it says here.
If
I'm
anything,
really
we
curious
succeeded.
I'm really curious as to why you think it's a failed revolution.
We asked for independence and we got it. That's like actually a good.
I fucking googled reverse. I got it
Oh.
the other way around.
You mean Congo?
I
Oh,
got it the
Congo.
Oh.
other way around.
Oh,
So yeah, but like the Belgium overthrew the Austrian emperor in 1790, and they set up the Belgian Republic.
The
So-
Netherlands.
but that's a succeeded revolution.
Well, it's
Yeah, we
Without, yeah.
like Austrian Emperor was before them.
Every country that has been invaded, and there was a revolution, they always won. Like always.
No, not true.
Well,
Yes,
almost
exactly.
always.
Your statement was that this wasn't any republic or a revolution that has failed. That was your statement. There's no
Yeah.
republic. There's no revolution that has failed. You said that, and
Okay.
you just said as well. Well, not always, but if it's
Okay,
not
then I
all,
take
not,
it back. Then I take it
Yes.
back.
Yeah, I don't agree with that as well.
because
But
like
you know, it happens
you-
rarely, though.
rarely and rarely it happens. Like if if America would like actually wage war against Eastern culture, do you think Eastern culture's rebellion would be strong enough if America really dedicated to it with their military force?
But they
Do you-
wouldn't,
do you-
because it would cost too much.
Yeah, they wouldn't. But if they would,
I mean, this is just like going out on like, I don't know. This is not like,
but if a strong
if they would put their whole military force into it, of course, yes, because they have the
Yeah,
biggest one in the world.
if a strong basically what I'm saying, if a strong military force would decide to fight against a weak military force, the strong military force would win. If a weak
course.
military force,
I'm going to the other channel.
This
Yes,
is this
yeah.
is just like going off track. This is not. I don't. Yes, of course you're right with this, but still, like that's never gonna happen.
well, because we don't have united opinions, and that's a good thing, yes. But my opinion is that we should make it happen. That is my opinion. We should make it happen.
Yeah.
It is not something that would happen just because I have an opinion about it, but it is
Yeah,
an
of course,
opinion.
of course. Well, of
We
course,
should
then
make
you're
it
right.
happen.
That would change a lot, but
Yes, if
there would still
America,
be a revolution,
if like this is like I have come up with an
and
action
you would still be
solution, and
oppressing
I have-
them. You know,
Yeah, in the beginning, yes. In the yeah, absolutely, yes,
it would take a few generations before
Yeah.
there will be. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Like I'm not as fucking so stupid that I don't believe it would take
Yeah,
many
okay,
generations.
okay.
I've said 50 to 100 to 200 to 250 years multiple times. I don't know if you heard that.
I only
like,
hear
if-
50. So
But if America were actually to fight like in Eastern culture and like actually dedicated to fighting, we could change their culture. That's my statement. And the leftist statements has been so far that we shouldn't fight, we should change the individual culture. We should change the individual's perception of culture, but then the culture still remains. And people being born will add to that culture. I'm saying try to change the culture, to try to change the fundamental problem instead.
yes, I mean,
Well, yeah, Nazi mods. Yes, America could do that, but if they actually were to do it, like do that, multiple countries would join against, right?
Yeah.
Would join against America.
I mean, it depends on
Like,
what country they would do it
I-
against, though.
I personally think this is my like. I know a fact that if America were to go to war with like Muslim countries, some countries would intervene and like help the Muslim countries because we have a quite leftist world. So I'm not even sure that like this colonization would even work. Russia would, yes. No, Russia. It's not that Russia hates you. It's because if you were to try to take over, for example, Syria, Russia has as well established military in Syria. If we were to try to colonize Syria, for example, Russia would fight back because we would intervene with their colonization of Syria. We would intervene with their airspace. That's why we didn't vote, or I shouldn't say we because I'm not American, but that's why people didn't vote for Hillary, for instance. She wanted to create a no-fly zone in Syria, which would lead to Russians having to go with war with USA. No, Russia would only fight with like in any place that Russia had established. Same with Korea. They wouldn't give a single flying fuck if you fought a place where they don't have any airspace. They wouldn't care. I promise you that. If they had established airspace and they had like military forces in that country, that yes, they would fight back. Yes, of course.